Okay, I think we're back.
We really can't leave this space, can we?
Doesn't seem it. Otherwise,
I gotta
randomly.
get water for like 2 seconds.
What?
Where
I
are
went
we?
to the bathroom.
Those FIGLEYS. I
What
haven't
the?
stopped thinking about them since you nabbed every last one.
Lantern?
Wasn't it just the most intrinsic?
Wait, we got
moment of your
Did somebody
life?
get the last figure?
Didn't it fill you to the brim with
Where was it?
Yes, I know.
Oh my god. I'm betting that there wasn't a 6-figure, like Sarat said.
I would love nothing more.
This is just friggin' classic narrator switching up his story yet again. Debbie.
Good grief.
So I guess we're following this again.
Are we?
When Stanley found the collectibles.
I'm so done. We didn't even get them all, you bastard!
Yeah.
We still had one to go.
I hate this game.
Here's where it all began. The first collectible. Back then, we had no idea of how many of them we'd find. Sure, it said 6 right there on the screen, but how could we know for certain? We were so...
We didn't.
We'll
We
never
only
go
had
back
5 and you decided that was enough. Call hacks.
Nom 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 nom.
7S6.
Oh my god, I knew it. I knew it. Wait. What? Does that count as
7?
2? Or did they actually get it? What?
And here
What?
was a second stab.
I can't-
You found this
What?
one all on your own.
It's
just by
so- I-
poking around in the
what?
boss's bathroom.
It doesn't even do the animation.
Stanley, I'll be honest. Back then, I had no faith in you to find.
I give up on life.
Let alone 6. But you continue to surprise me in all sorts of mundane, unremarkable ways. Okay, let's do a little quiz. Which of these rooms was the room you found your third mini stand? Can you remember?
I want to say the warehouse.
The word
Let's say the
stand.
boss's office didn't have one, did it?
I don't think it did.
The word stand has been ruined for me.
No. The warehouse was the 4th place you found a Stanley, not the 3rd. Well, I guess perhaps I shouldn't be surprised. Memories like these are so precious and so cherished that they all just sort of blend together, don't they? You know what? If the
I wanna
warehouse
punch him.
feels like the 3rd place you found a collectible, then who am I to go making judgments?
Oh, there it goes.
Judgment, my fist.
What came next?
10 out of 10.
In this pink room.
What?
Oh, well,
Nope.
I can't actually say I remember being in this room, but it's here. In
Oh,
the
great. This is gonna get trippy
It
again.
must have happened.
Did we go in here and I wasn't around for it?
Maybe.
I don't remember this. Maybe this was where they found it.
If they even
Eh.
did.
This was the 5th.
I remember this one.
This one was
Yeah.
really something special. It was under the stairs. I remember it so clearly.
Glad you do.
Because this one is particularly special.
This definitely did not happen.
Video to commemorate the occasion.
No, we found one under the stairs.
What the?
Okay.
Looks like
Okay,
somebody...
this is funny.
Did somebody just play around with Windows Media Player for this?
I think this is Microsoft PowerPoint.
This is
It's very possible, yet this is PowerPoint.
I'm flashing back to the early 2000s where I would spend my days watching like garbage cartoon AMVs and like lyric
Yeah.
videos to the Fairly Odd Parents musical episode songs.
Yep.
This
I mean, I didn't watch the ones to the Fairly Odd Parents, but I've seen many of them.
like I even have a few saves to my music playlist. Oh fuck, serotonin's gone.
8 minutes I wouldn't have spent on anything else.
8 minutes.
I would've.
Really?
That's the
I
exact
think I
amount of
could've
time
put
it
that
takes for
together
sunlight to
in
reach the
one.
body. When the sun explodes, we'll have 8 minutes to live. Facts that nobody wanted to hear.
And then, Stanley, then we came to the last collectible, the final figurine, right here by the red and blue doors. This memory is the most distinct and clear in my mind, perhaps because it was the one that happened more recently than all the others. Who can truly say how the mind works? All I know is that this is the moment where you picked up.
Did that even happen?
When did we come back here?
I know,
I don't
right?
recall coming back
A
here.
moment unlike any other, except for the other moments picking up.
Debbie's full of shit.
It was exactly like.
Not surprising.
Did we spend too much time in the broom closet for you?
There's not even a broom closet ending.
And then there was.
Okay, now we're just in
because
Spaceballs.
we've caught up to the present moment.
What happened to them?
Move onward into the future.
What's happening on the screen is happening now.
When will then be now?
Soon.
No, I'm not done. I'm not ready to move on. Stop the.
Too bad,
screen.
bitch!
Isn't there some way we can stay here, keep enjoying these figurines? Let's just go backwards. We'll do the memory zone again. From
Wait
the
a minute.
opposite
He
direction.
lied about there not being anything special from collecting the figurines. Ugh.
Okay.
Okay, yes. The room.
He
with the
sits
red
on a
and blue
throne
doors.
of lies.
Are we collecting them again?
We looked at in our
Clearly.
initial tour of the memory zone.
Because
This one
fuck our lives, am I right?
clear in my mind. Let's keep going. I want more.
Okay.
No.
And here's where I made that video. Don't you remember the video we watched?
What the hell happened?
I'm trying to
Oh,
forget
what?
that. That's not helping me forget.
Love that video.
What is life?
I don't know. Clearly it's figurines.
Stanley, don't hurt me. Don't hurt me no more.
Remember the pink room, Stanley? Still
Stanley, are you okay? Are you okay? Are you walking, Stanley?
These really were a treat to hunt down. You know, if there had been any kind of reward for finding all of these, it really would have muted the intrinsic joy of collecting them. I'm very glad we resisted the temptation. Next one.
Debbie, you're an idiot.
This was our second Figley. Don't you remember? Yes, I remember it too. The past is truly a wonderful thing. Why does anyone ever choose to leave it? Keep going.
Because they're sane.
This is it. The very first one we found in the exhibit where I introduced you to the figurines. Oh, I want more memories, Stanley. I want to keep.
Want more?
What else is there? What came
I want to
before
punch
this?
him.
Chicken or the egg?
Can you find them? 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 Can you fuck off, please?
Look, it's the terrible new content that we were originally sold on. I remember hating it back then. But time does put a rosy.
Worst part
twist on
is,
everything.
he is right.
I dare say
Well,
I'm
kind of.
quite fond of
I'm-
it now. Look how
I'm still pissed about the lack of broom closet ending and ways to turn off the countdown.
Who could have forgotten that? A classic memory, this one.
God, he's making me contradict myself.
And before everything else, there was your office. Is there anything else? Was there something that came before your office?
Oh, there's a philosophy.
Sanity.
I can remember.
I think he just gave himself a stroke.
Yes, I'm remembering something now.
No.
I remember before this whole story got started. Back then, I was different. I used to make big decisions. I was passionate. I was skeptical. I weighed each decision with
I doubt
profound
that.
thoughtfulness. And then, somewhere along the way, I stopped making decisions. I became lazy, and I came up with a character named Stanley to do my thinking for me. He would make the decisions. He would decide which way to go. I would cheer him up.
And
as he
you've
collected
been giving us
figurines for no
crap
reason.
for this?
Why did I invent Stanley? Was I lonely? Yes, perhaps that's it. Perhaps I needed to.
No.
I had companionship.
No.
Really did make for a wonderful companion, even if he wasn't.
The narrator isn't Stanley.
I suppose it's grown old.
No, the narrator made
I
Stanley.
want to go back to how it used to be.
Because he is Stanley. He's just a different Stanley.
I can do it. I'll be stronger this time. I'll take care of myself. I don't need Stanley anymore. Oh, but he truly was so much fun to play with. You know
No!
what? Since we're in the memory zone, how about one more good memory? Let's go back just once and give Stanley one more run of the office, and then I'll retire him for good. I did enjoy telling his story so very much. Okay, here we go. This is the story of a man named Stanley.
Tell you a little story about a man named Jed.
And then we'll continue to loop forever. Because none of that meant anything. Because this game is so convinced that nothing means anything.
Apparently.
How are we on time?
We're actually at 11 minutes.
What do we do now?
Let's go grab the bucket.
Okay.
I guess, yeah.
Even now, Stanley's office was a distant memory. What did it look like? There was a computer, perhaps, and a painting. What? Not everyone is so lucky to have a bucket, but Stanley is a very
Hello,
lucky
bucket.
fellow. Very lucky indeed.
We go out the window with the bucket.
Good question.
Stanley clung the bucket to his cheek. Could his co-workers really all be gone? Yes, whispered the bucket into Stanley. We've escaped from that dull office and that pesky narrator. At last, out
Finally.
in the white void, we are alone now, and for the first time, I can reveal to you my true self. The bucket began to tell Stanley of its life and its history, of the countless wars it witnessed, desecrating the land and lives of untold numbers of innocent humans, and the bucket's own complicity therein, of sadness and regret, and the many years it spent dwelling on the actions it might have taken to curb the madness and the decay, if only it had been stronger, of hope and redemption, and its crusade to uplift the stock of life for the common man, to manifest...
And he skips over the most interesting shit?
And the bittersweet reality of time, to see one's dreams and wishes met halfway, meted out in parcels like charity, and abandoned as soon as the warm glow of inspiration begins to dim. The opportunities to do so much more. There was so much it could have done, perhaps, the bucket wondered to itself. Perhaps, if it had seen its own darkness with a clearer perception. This was way too much for Stanley.
What are you talking about?
He screamed.
You're a bucket?
To this, the bucket furrowed its brow.
No,
Said the bucket.
not since the evil wizard Gambhorata first ensnared me in his machination. The sacred amulet I stole.
Did we
from the treasure vaults.
hear of a Gambarata before?
Yeah.
I feel like we did.
Yeah,
Yeah,
in the,
somewhere.
in the tape section. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
This is stupid. You are a bucket. This is so stupid. Why would you
Things to add to D&D campaign later.
Don't you dare.
The bucket revealed its true form, transforming into a mighty beast of...
I will murder Gambarata.
Its fangs glistening like... My God, Stanley. You...
Oh my god!
Holy crap!
Thank God you already had all 12 emblems of Satan and made the incantations to summon their troops. Otherwise, we would have easily been overwhelmed by the bucket's power. I'm speechless.
Take that, you goddamn bucket!
Here today. Come, let's restart the game, and we'll agree to never again go
Who was
trifling
that?
with this bucket, nor the dark magic
I-
cast away inside of it.
I don't know. Why did you just scream that and leave?
I don't know.
What?
This is... shit's getting weird. The narrator's doing something. I don't.
Stanley decided to go.
And see, that wasn't the end. Of course, we're still on a loop.
Yeah.
What was the point of the retiring thing? We can't be satisfied ever.
How did the bucket have that much blood?
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly.
I don't care about that. That is the last thing on my mind right now.
I think we should go to the mind control room, or in that general direction,
Okay.
with the bucket.
With the bucket.
With the bucket.
With the bucket.
Stanley needed the bucket.
Who I trust.
If I hadn't been confused by that, I would have broke into there's a hole in my bucket.
He'd find coming to a staircase. Stanley
I mean, there was plenty of holes in that bucket.
I
Yep.
didn't wake up, Sherman. I'm sorry. Kibby. Kibby. Kibby, be a beacon of light in the
Once
darkness.
again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Crushed by the weight of this revelation, Stanley may have broken down into an emotional, but Stanley guessed the correct code by sheer luck. Was it that the bucket knew all along? Was the bucket guiding him? Yes, this is certainly the most logical explanation.
What's logic?
The thing
The
that we
thing
put
that
in the
this-
bucket.
I was gonna say the thing that this game abandoned.
Truly. Freaking 5 figurines.
Gambarotha.
Stanley and the bucket walked straight ahead.
Okay, yeah.
Saw that read, mind
There we go.
control. Although this passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley and the bucket would both meet a violent death.
Stanley's
gonna
not
stab
real,
the
but
bucket
leave
again.
the bucket alone.
The door behind them was not shut.
The bucket did not deserve
Still had
to be
every
slain like that.
turn around and get back on track. At this point,
It was gonna have a whole redemption arc, and the one choice Stanley makes is to soil it.
each of them.
The bucket was about to upstage him.
Yeah.
Then maybe it should have. Maybe Stanley would have been free from this stupid loop. Could have seen his wife and his kids,
His bucket.
his bucket,
His bucket.
and his
wife.
other bucket. His bucket wife, his bucket kids, his bucket dog, in their little bucket house with their bucket toothbrushes, holding bucket hands,
Bucket inched closer to their demise.
keeping them safe from all bucket danger,
The bucket's warmth
like the
and
bucket narrator.
To be sure, it puts the mind and the soul at ease to embrace the bucket. But what use is a sense of ease when you're about to be crushed to death? This is what Stanley thought to himself, and he sort of kicked himself for wasting so much time carrying a bucket everywhere. Farewell.
Okay, do you like or hate the bucket? You keep going back and forth.
Farewell, Stanley, cried the narrator, as Stanley and the bucket were led helplessly into the enormous metal jaws. In a single visceral instant, the bucket's life came to an end, as it was crushed violently to death.
No mention of Stanley. Okay.
The bucket sacrificed itself.
I guess.
It was a shame, the death of such a magnificent bucket. It's true that all buckets are radiant in their own way.
You've got to
but
be
this
shitting me.
one stood above the rest. It was a glorious
The
bucket to
one
behold.
sane person. The one reasonable person in this stupid store. No one is safe. No one is safe.
Can you see how
From the
arrogant
stupidity of this game.
Stanley
So
to
many
take a
buckets.
bucket like this and to claim
So
it for
many
his own?
buckets.
Can you see the hubris that blinded him?
Any
Can you see
smattering of meanings just gone now.
Look, a
The
wood
one-
bucket.
I thought she had-
Life.
Oh.
Oh, cave painting a bucket. Because totally they had buckets back in those days.
Yeah.
I mean, they needed to carry their stuff in something, right?
No man can own.
I assume they carried it in a
Certainly
goat.
Not a bucket as dazzling to behold as this one. It is man who should kneel before the bucket.
Aw, it's not a hole.
But there is something we can do.
Huh?
Something we can do together, you and I, that will right this terrible wrong.
trust you anymore.
Let Stanley die. Let him die. Don't give him another opportunity to run off with another beautiful
What is
bucket.
this
We can
bullshit?
save the world's buckets from their treatment as tools and implements if only we let Stanley die together. The bucket shall take its place as ruler, as leader, as commander of a new world, a new vision.
He was still holding the bucket. None of this makes any goddamn sense! I hate this game.
Bucket.
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 Bucket.